Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, Shay Pops. Guys, I thank all of you for sitting around and waiting on me. Please forgive me on that, but man, that's about the most people I've ever had in the wait. I think it was about 8 to 10 of you guys waiting, man. But without further ado, I'm here. So please forgive me for pushing all that time back. But you know what? My wife needed some groceries. Of course, we stay in the state of Texas and Houston, and whenever they say it's a cold storm or something like that, hey man, we take that stuff there real serious. But anywho, guys, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Will this 2022 class be the missing pieces for Texas A&M football to make a run at a Natty? So just to be plain old blunt and short answered, yes, this class specifically will fill a lot of holes and needs in what Jimbo Fisher has been trying to do. Okay? The chat for whatever reason is disabled in here. I do not know why. I hate that happened. It looks like I may have went in here and disabled something. Once again, I'm not sure why that chat got disabled, but let me do something here. Okay, edit video. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Once again, I'm not sure why this chat got disabled. Okay, I do know why. Now I've changed that and click save. You guys should be able to go in there and chat now. I hate that happened. Okay, there you go. So we should be able to see you guys. I do not have a lot of time because of the simple fact that I do have to go to work, people. So please, man, forgive me on that. But anywho, so there you guys go. Please, man, feel free to chat away. But guys, man, let's talk about it, because first and foremost, this class in particular, the reason why I say they do, they will feel a lot of missing pieces. This will be the missing pieces. No, because simply. So let's just go ahead and throw that on out there, and I'm pretty sure you guys there saw the press conference. Nobody likes this class for Texas A&M. It is a great class. It is a great class. It is the greatest class of all time. It's the greatest recruiting class of all time. Okay? Period. Nobody likes this class in particular because of the simple fact of that it's Texas A&M that got it. Why nobody likes that? Because Texas A&M isn't supposed to be the school, especially in the football program in which Texas A&M bleeds football. They aren't supposed to be the guys that are bringing in these number one classes. Hold on, man. They ain't never brought in a number one class. So that takes me back to a Georgia fan who I saw a comment on Alabama fans podcast in which I watch him, man, and I respect him, in which he gave me he gave me a huge blessing as to this podcast here, and I give a blessing back. So it's no disrespect from him, but he too also came out there and said that, yeah, man, I knew it was, true, and et cetera, et cetera. So anywho, man, a Georgia fan commented on about it. Yeah, that makes no sense. Texas A&M has never been in contention to win the West or et cetera, nor have they ever had number one recruiting class in the last 15 years. So I asked him, same thing. I said, okay, so you sit up here and say that, that we're paying the players, thanks to sliced bread. Thanks to sliced bread. Sliced bread, if you're listening, man, please come on out already. But thanks to sliced bread and Notre Dame's vice president, and things of that nature, they've said what they said. But I asked them the same question. I said, okay, so when was the last time Georgia even ever had a number one class, specifically just like Texas A&M? In the last 15 years before Kirby Smart just done it twice already. I received no reply. See, these are the things that I'm saying. Don't say stuff in which you don't have facts of, in which that was a fact. We've never had a number one class, period. But if you're going to say that, then I need you to show me the facts to when Georgia had a number one class in the last 15 years, excluding Kirby Smart. Because from my understanding, Georgia hadn't won anything. They hadn't won a national title in the last 40 years. That's half of when Texas A&M won their last national title. Okay, so once again, if you're going to say these things, then I need you to come and back it up with some evidence of your own. Don't come out there and say it just to be saying it. So look here, man. This is to the college football world in general, all over the world. I just said college football world, right? This is, I speak on behalf of the Aggie family / network when I say this here. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. I feel like I wanted to say something else, but you know what? I'm not going to be that way. I just want to say thank you to all of you, because now we further know that we got y'all's attention. Now we further know that we may just be a threat. Now we further know that this will be the best ever class that everybody will talk about for the next 10 to 25 years. Now we know that you guys may just be afraid of what Texas A&M is putting together. And if that's the case, then I'm going to tell you just like Jimbo Fisher said, you better get used to it. Because that ain't the only number one class that we're going to get. Come next year, 2023, we're going to get that number one class as well. So I spoke this into existence a long time ago when I told you guys that we're going to get the number one class. How dare you guys not sit up here and believe me? You know, once again, I know I'm not making the quote unquote six figures. I'm not going to say millions of dollars, but I know I'm not making the six figures like most of these journalists, you know, professionals, things of that nature. But I do speak facts. You know, but also lumped in there with opinions, just like the professionals do. So, of course, you guys ain't going to believe me because of what? Oh, man, you're not known like that. But sliced bread is. So you guys are going to take sliced bread's journalism and run with it? Answer this. Do you guys even know who sliced bread is? Because I don't. Who is he? So, once again, this team, this certain recruiting class that everybody is going to hate for the next 20 years, this will be the missing pieces to an already talented crew that's already there that leads Texas A&M to its first national title in over 80 years. Understand this too. It's Texas A&M against the entire SEC now. Since Georgia wants to team up with Alabama, since Florida wants to team up with Alabama, since LSU wants to team up with Alabama. When I say Alabama, I mean Alabama and Nick Saban, you know, for his comments. Since Auburn wants to team up with Alabama in their comments, since Ole Miss wants to team up with Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, by the way, he's speaking about something, but he's using the transfer report. Also, Nick Saban is speaking about something, but he's using the transfer report. Didn't you just speak about the transfer report? You didn't like it. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, it should be a certain limitation on when these guys can transfer and things of that nature. Well, didn't you just get a wide receiver from out of that transfer report of the last 2 years? You just got a wide receiver from the team that beat you in the national title. But all of a sudden, you have a problem with it? That's contradicting yourself, Nick Saban. That's truly contradicting yourself. Anywho, we're going to pass on along from that. But everybody has a problem with something. Everybody has a problem that A&M has the number one class. But I guarantee you, if Alabama would have had the number one class, you wouldn't have heard Nick Saban say any of these comments. You wouldn't have heard Lane Kiffin say any of these comments. Hell, you wouldn't have heard any Georgia fan say anything. The only one that I have not heard say anything is Kirby Smart himself. That's why I like Kirby Smart and others don't. because Kirby not only learned from Nick Saban, Kirby Smart knows that Jimbo Fisher learned from Nick Saban as well. Also, speaking of Alabama and Nick Saban, by the way, see, when you start talking like that, you got to be prepared for things that come after. If you guys do not know, this is breaking news. Defensive coordinator. What's his name? It's not coming to the top of my head. Pete Golding has been arrested on DUI charges. on DWI charges. This is what happens on the day before you come out and say things of what you just said. And now you're going to have to start looking for a new defensive coach. Because if you don't, well, you know what? You're going to get about that one. And that's the last I have to say about this. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I told you it's going to be really, really short. But I love all of you guys. And once again, to answer this question here that I put out there, would his 2022 class be the missing pieces? Yes, and I say that with an emphasis. I love all of you. #GigaMags.